He took me into the house. He told me not to tell anybody.
Do I have to take a bath? I want my mommy.
El Paso County processes more cases involving youth and abuse than any other county in the state of Colorado. And there isn't a week that goes by that officers from our department don't encounter some type of situation where a child has been victimized.
Our daughter at that time was 5. She has special needs, but he chose her because he didn't think she would talk. Coming here, we were such in crisis. We were devastated, very hurt.
Safe Passage is a house that's warm and welcoming, comfortable, and safe. It is staffed by professionals who are there to make children feel safe and comfortable. It's designed to help them in as neutral and comfortable a setting as possible to help them tell a story of what's happened to them, something that often can be a deep, dark secret.
Hey you guys, what are you building in here? That looks pretty good. It's a big wall. I like it. I like it. Excellent. We're going to talk for a little bit. We'll let your brother play with the wall and we'll come back in a little bit. But come back here and let me show you how we record our interviews. So this is the room we're going to talk in. I'm going to make a DVD recording and then I take the DVD with me and it gets preserved as evidence for our investigation. A few other people that you met today, the rest of the team members, your caseworker, the family advocate, and the detective, are all going to watch the interview, but they're not going to be in the room with us, okay?
Those DVDs are then provided to our officers, our detectives, who take that, make a working copy of it, and place the original into evidence.
See that mirror back there? It's kind of a magic mirror. It's a window on this side, it's a mirror on this side, but it's a window over here, and there's a camera back there. Rules of our interview talking today is talking about things that really happened, and I want you to understand that I talk to kids all the time. That's kind of what my job is. So I want you to be comfortable and just relax. Can you tell me where you were, Joey, when that all happened? Tell me everything you remember about that.
Is that when Safe Passage does an interview, when they have trained professionals who are making sure they're getting the truth of what happened, that we know we're doing the right thing in the courtroom if we bring charges.
The Safe Passage staff are specifically trained to ask the right questions of children. We have children who are very young, who don't have very good verbal skills, who sometimes have to act out or demonstrate for us what has happened to them. They're called forensic interviews.
Can't speak highly enough for what they've afforded us and have been a great supporter and advocate of their services to where I've almost mandated that my detectives utilize their services.
I don't think there's a question that we didn't have answered. We had a lot of questions.
Believe me.
Involving the whole family, not just our nuclear family and so on, and they answered every question that they possibly could.
We know Safe Passage will offer supportive services to families and help them deal with the trauma and the anxiety from something that's happened to a child that's very frightening. And Safe Passage does offer community services. They offer their own internal supports, information, education.
When the nurse offered me this form to say we need to do this exam, I remember thinking I should never have to sign this form. This should never happen to my daughter.
I'm going to have you pick out a quilt here first, and you get to keep it and take it home with you when we're done using it. What'd you pick?
This one looks good.
Ooh, you an animal lover?
Yes, I have.
Right here in this room.
Okay.
And you can have a seat right there on the bed for me. When I examine you, because it makes everything look really big for me, and you get to look through it to see how it works. Cool. Do you want to see how that works?
Yeah, sure.
Where's that scrape on your hand? Look how big that looks.
That is kind of weird.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You've been to the doctor before, right? And had your eyes and ears and nose and looked at. I'm going to do all those things. And then at the very end, I need to check the private parts just to make sure they're okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to step out for a minute. I need everything off. Okay, I'll let you leave your socks on.
Okay.
You can take you need your shoes off, take your pants off. You can lay all your clothes right here.
Okay.
And I will knock before I come back in.
Alright.
You sit back down here and then open up that blanket over your legs to keep you warm.
Cool.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, I'll be right back in.
Certainly these type examinations are ones that can be very embarrassing. They're sometimes maybe the reason why a person didn't even want to come forward in the first place. And Safe Passage allows us to do that in an environment that people feel is safe, that they are given a great deal of respect, and we can get the physical evidence that we need in the courtroom to demonstrate what really occurred in the situation. And jurors expect that.
Our daughter, you know, she got stuffed animals and she got a quilt. She still sleeps with that quilt.
Quilt to this day.
They help prepare families for the courtroom when children have to be witnesses in a criminal trial. We rely upon Safe Passage to provide that service. It's a great partnership.
We have multiple police agencies, the sheriff offices, the court systems, social service providers, all coming together. Ultimately, this is about the children of the community, and I can't think of a more noble thing for everybody to come together on.
Children who are sexually abused are very frightened and vulnerable children, and they are in a great deal of pain. Safe Passage reaches out to those children and envelopes them with care and comfort and offers resources to the children and to the families to help them begin the healing process.
Safe Passage just encouraged us through the whole process.
Your life is a storm and it will add calmness to your storm. And then Tammy would always say, it will get better. This will not always occupy your whole life. And she's right.